Videos. I'm Peter Lushak. We're continuing our spring training coverage with Doug Upstone, who is on the scene in Arizona. Right now, we're going to talk about the Angels and Cleveland. Doug, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, Peter, pleasure to be back here, and we're out in Goodyear, Arizona today, the home of the Reds and the Indians, and the Angels are here, as you said, and so got a high-scoring, slow affair to this point in terms of how long it's taken to play the game. Jared Weaver pitched once again, not great, but they got a nice big lead so far, so we'll see what's going on.
All right, yeah, when we covered the Angels for the first time this year, we discussed how they were a terrible bet at home and everything. We understand why, because they were overvalued, big names in the lineup. That was all true, but their top two pitchers, Jared Weaver and C.J. Wilson, were both actually still minorly profitable on the year. Both Weaver and Wilson were up about 2 units overall last year, despite how overvalued the Angels were in general. So, no matter what we get from the Angels this year, maybe we still might want to look at least not to bet against them when Wilson and Weaver are starting.
Yes, obviously they're going to come with probably some high prices, when that occurs. But, Garrett Richards, some people actually, like him. He tends to be a little bit up and down, with their staff. And Tyler Skaggs, who might make the rotation, has been quite good so far for them here in the spring. So that brings some hope. Their lineup, obviously we know they're going to score some runs. One of the things they have to avoid, which I mentioned on the previous video, is more consistency on offense. And I looked up and found out in the last 2 years, Peter, the Angels have been shut out 28 times, which is a high number. So, again, they need more consistency in scoring runs to win some of those games, 3-2, 4-3, and avoid these shutout situations, and give themselves a better chance to win.
Yeah, or maybe we might want to look at volatility with the Angels and bet on or against them with the run line, especially if they're going to have a question. How's their bullpen looking this year?
Their bullpen, is still up in the air a little bit. Fury is their closer, but whether he's going to be their main guy to get everything done, there's enough different scouts and people in baseball that aren't sure about that. But for the most part, Socha has done a pretty good job of putting a bullpen together. I think that's going to be their key. The other thing is, I think to start the season, I think this is important. They have an opportunity to start really well, because their first 12 games six are against Seattle, and they play Houston and the Mets. So they have an opportunity to start fast, and there might be some value in backing the Angels early, in the season.
All right, well, I'm sensing volatility here with the Angels. I'm thinking maybe we bet on them or against them, again, on the run lines.
I would agree. Like I said in the last video, this team, you look at them, they can win anywhere from 76 to 90, 92 or 93 games. So it's not going to be an easy call. And I think you just got to, run with them when they're going well and play against them when they're not.
Okay, thanks, Doug.